everybody. This is Zaxter99. I'm going to go ahead and talk about Dez Bryant, Dallas Cowboys again, and the contract that Dallas is trying to re-sign for Dez Bryant, as this is his last year on his initial contract after he was drafted back in 2010. So Dez Bryant recently had an article about, it's about respect. He doesn't want to be disrespected with the offers he's getting. Now, before this season, I already read that Dallas offered him a very nice contract worth a ton of money. 10 years was the contract length, $114 million. So if you look at that, that's almost $11.5 million a season. Now, the problem maybe with Dez Bryant on that particular contract was that the guaranteed money was only about $20 million. So, it wasn't anywhere close to 50% or even 40% of the total money. And Dallas has concerns with Dez Bryant's off-the-field behaviors, getting into trouble and stealing jewelry, and his mom incident, and his outburst during games and things like that. But Dez Bryant during the past couple of years hasn't had any such incidents. For the most part, he's been pretty cool. I mean, there was one game last year where he walked off the field, but that might have been a mature move on his part, because he said if he didn't walk off the field at that point, he was going to have an outburst on camera. So it does seem to me like Dez Bryant is maturing, but when he tells, the Cowboys that, it's about respect, it's not about money. He said it's not about the money at all. Now, I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys buy this? I think it's totally about the money. The money is where he's talking about he wants to be respected. If Dallas offers him $200 million and $100 million signing bonus, I mean, they're not going to offer him that much money. That would be crazy. But I guarantee you Dez Bryant would say, oh, yeah, they respected me. Well, I have this to come back with Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant, you want to win the games. You want to win the Super Bowl as a Cowboys player. And if that's correct, then you got to realize it's a team game. Dallas has other players that they have to sign after the season, including DeMarco Murray, who may be the all-time leading rusher when it's all said and done. Dallas also has defensive players that have made a big impact this year that have helped the Cowboys win games. It's not just Dez Bryant that's winning the Cowboys games. A big part of that is the running game, is DeMarco Murray, and the offensive line, which Tyron Smith just got paid right before the season with a $98 million deal. I believe it was 10 years, but still less than $10 million a year for him, and he is an outstanding, one of the best offensive guys in the game. So Dez Bryant really needs to think about the team and if he wants to win, because if they pay Dez Bryant the kind of money he's looking at, I'm told on ESPN.com, I believe I read an article that said Dez Bryant wants to be paid like his value on the field to the Cowboys, and that would be near $16 million a year. Now, if we talk about Dallas giving Dez Bryant $16 million a year, you're talking about a 10-year deal for nearly $160 million. And if Dallas has to fork up $50-60 million in signing and guaranteed money on a $160 million deal, that would be the biggest NFL contract ever. Is Dez Bryant really worth $16 million a year? We're talking about quarterback kind of money now. I don't think so. I would not give Dez Bryant, as great as he is, as much as he can take the game away, as much as he can help the Cowboys, he's not worth $16 million a year. In fact, I don't even think he's worth $12 million a year, to be completely honest with you. He's top-notch, but there's other receivers that can catch the ball that are very talented, where you don't have to pay him anywhere near that amount. Look at Terrence Williams. They just signed him in the draft. He's a hell of a talented athlete, and he's still in his rookie contract. He's probably going to want more money when it's over, but he's not going to demand, this kind of money. And Terrence Williams is supremely talented. Granted, he's not near as big, physical, or as big of a game breaker as Dez Bryant. But what I'm saying is the primary focus for a football team, and you see it right now with the change in Dallas's offense, their idea to go ahead and commit to running the ball. So Dallas came in this year with a focus on running the ball. and they beefed up the offensive line the last 3 years with three out of the last four #1 draft picks. And you see that that's paying big dividends. And the running game is what's helping the Cowboys run out the clock, helping the Cowboys win the games. Granted, you need you need good wide receivers that can catch the ball. But Dallas has pretty good receivers, and I think Dallas would do okay without Dez Bryant. They have a lot of other players that they're going to need to sign, and I saw on NFL.com recently that one of the experts there said that Dez Bryant, if you had to choose between Dez Bryant and DeMarco Murray, they would choose Dez Bryant. I'm not so sure that I agree with that. I don't think guys like Joseph Randle, Dallas's #2 running back, could perform nearly as well as DeMarco Murray is, even behind that offensive line. So, the running game is vitally important. Having a top-notch wide receiver like Dez Bryant is very good. I mean, it goes back to the Cowboys when they had Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman. And Michael Irvin was a big reason the Cowboys, did what they did. But there is so much talent out there at the wide receiver. Same thing with running back, though. I mean, you can get good running backs without having to pay them a fortune as well. DeMarco Murray is probably going to want anywhere or demand anywhere between $4 to $5 million a year, but still, that's a third to half the price of what Dez Bryant's wanting. And if I had to make a choice between paying DeMarco Murray $5 million a year, Dez Bryant $15 or $16 million a year, I would have to keep DeMarco Murray, simply based on the amount of savings that you would have. And you could get a $2 million a year receiver that's probably going to be pretty darn good for that amount. Pick another one up in the draft, whatever, and sign him to a 5-year deal. So I would hate to see Dez Bryant go. I don't even think there's really a lot of point in talking about this, because I don't think Dallas is going to let Dez Bryant go. He is their, he's the guy that's selling the jerseys down there. He is one of the big stars in Dallas. And Jerry Jones, to be honest, would probably be pretty dumb to let Dez Bryant go. But I want you to go ahead and imagine something. What if Dez Bryant gets a monster deal? What if Dallas signs him tomorrow? Let's say it's a 10-year deal for $140 million with $55 million guaranteed, or something crazy, right? So Dez Bryant finally feels, quote, respected with the money. And now Dallas is in a huge salary cap issue again. Dallas, for the next 10 years, is going to be struggling to stay under the salary cap with this huge deal to Dez Bryant. And that's a long time to do that. Now, what if, after Dez Bryant gets paid, Dallas's concerns of him having off-the-field issues and problems, what happens if that breaks out again with all of his money? His heart is more about the money and having fun and partying, and it goes back to that after he gets his payday. What happens if Dez Bryant is half the receiver that he used to be before he got paid? I honestly don't think that would happen. I think Dez Bryant has a lot of heart. I think he has a lot of passion for the game, and I think the guy wants to win. But I'm just saying, it's possible. How foolish and how big of a laughingstock would Dallas be if Dez Bryant turned out to be a complete bust after signing this deal? Even if Dallas released him, they would have tons of money. They would still have to pay him for the, however many years. And it would hurt him really, really bad. So there's no guarantee that Dez Bryant, after he gets paid, is going to continue to be the breakout star that he's been. It has to be a concern, and a concern for the Dallas Cowboys as well. So I'd like to go ahead and ask you guys, what do you guys think? Put in your comments down below. Is Dez Bryant worth the money? If he's demanding a $15, $16 million a year contract, which is way more than even Calvin Johnson is getting right now, is Dez Bryant worth that kind of money? Now, some team is going to pay him. I realize that. Some team is going to pay Dez Bryant. But Dallas can also, put him on the franchise tag after this season. So they don't have to pay him right now. Obviously, everybody's going to be a lot happier if they can go ahead and get a deal done. The sooner the better. But Dallas doesn't have to do that. I wonder what you guys think, though. what is Dez Bryant worth? Is he worth the $12 million a year? Is he worth $14 million a year? Is he worth $16 million a year? You know, what kind of concerns would you have if you were the Cowboys, if you were Jerry Jones? Would you keep Dez Bryant or would you trade him? Because Dallas, even with as much money as Dez Bryant's, demanding, Dez Bryant's probably going to be worth a high first round pick, maybe more than that. He might be worth a first and a second or a first and a third round pick to another team that has the money to pay him. So, honestly, at this point with Dez Bryant saying that a $114 million contract for the next 10 years, $11.5 million a year, is disrespect. At this point, if I was the Cowboys and thinking that Dez Bryant might want 15, 16 million with 40 or 50% signing bonus, I would have to release Dez Bryant. Not release him, but I would trade him. If I was the Cowboys with Dez Bryant wanting that kind of money, I'm sorry, Dez, but I had another video about this before the season even started, that Dallas should consider trading Dez Bryant. And now it's even more glowing issue to me that I'd probably take a lot of heat if I was Jerry Jones and traded away Dez Bryant. But you have to look out for the future of the team as a whole. You can't pay one guy a third of the salary cap money for the next 10 years. That's going to hurt your ability to get new talent, to sign the talent that you have now, and sign the talent that you actually can acquire for the next 10 years. Quarterback, I understand having to pay Tony Romo the money they did, but you don't have to pay a receiver this kind of money to get production. They have a lot of other guys that they need to sign. They have DeMarco Murray. They have defensive guys like Rolando McClain that's going to need to be signed that were only on one-year deals that have been breakout stars for the defense, and they're going to need new contracts. Dallas can't keep everybody, and Dallas is going to be severely limited if they pay Dez Bryant the kind of money it sounds like he's wanting. So my opinion still rests, as it did before the season, that I'd be looking to trade Dez Bryant. I want to know what you guys think about this, though. This has been Zaxter99. Thanks so much for watching this video. Be sure you subscribe in the upper right-hand corner. Be sure you leave those comments below. I may not respond to all of them, but I do like to read them. I definitely do read every comment. And be sure you give this video a thumbs up as well if you like the video. Thanks so much, everybody. This has been Zaxter99. Take care.